Hello, welcome welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Aries, wherever Aries shows up in your chart. I don't really have a plan for the spread. I just know that the spread that I have been using, I don't want to use it anymore. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards until some cards come out. I don't want a ton of cards though. So like if a bunch of cards come out, I'm going to put it back. I just want to chat with you guys for 15, 20, 22 minutes or whatever. I don't want to make it super duper long, but as always though, I would absolutely love it if you subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so already, well, let's see what that is. The Ten of Swords. Let's get a couple more for Aries. This deck specifically has two depictions of the Ten of Swords and two depictions of the Three of Swords. I love the owl aspect there. Kind of came out sideways. A King of Swords. How funny, actually. The King of Swords and the Two of Pentacles came out for Pisces that I just did, but they came out together, not separately. I don't know. I think that's kind of interesting. All of these cards came out like individually on their own. And then we have the full card at the bottom of the deck. Seven of Swords, Ace of Cups. Okay. So we have Ten of Swords, King of Swords, the World, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. And the King of Swords kind of came out sideways, so we'll just kind of keep it that way. It almost kind of feels like teeter-tottering. So this depiction of the Ten of Swords talks more about wisdom, life lessons, right? Also, too, because we have the owl, which signifies wisdom. Also, owls are guides. Like protection almost is kind of how that feels. And then we have this older gentleman here, which again, just is a symbol of wisdom. I wanted to try to find the book to see what they said, but I don't know. I don't know where the book is. Probably right in front of my face somewhere. But I found a little blurb. It's for those who read numerologically. I've again provided an alternative version of the Ten of Swords. This variation considers the Ten of Swords and its association with the decade. Therefore, it represents a realization and completion of mental progression, going full circle. Which is interesting because we also have the World card out here. Tens are completion, though. And typically, the Ten of Swords, it's not like... I mean, there are no good or bad cards in tarot, right? But traditionally, there's 10 swords sticking out of the back of somebody laying on the ground in the Ten of Swords. And, swords have to do with our mind, our thoughts, our belief systems, where those beliefs come from, the stories that we attach to experiences, the things that literally create our ego, our personality, our temperament. Also, though, truth and honesty, but divine truth, divine honesty. So with the Ten of Swords here being the card, what's starting us off here, there is some full circle moment. There is like some realization that you are coming to, or maybe just a new understanding of something in your life, whether that's you, whether that's a circumstance. It could again be your belief system. And there's something that is changing about that though. And especially here with the King of Swords also. And like I said, there's this like teeter-totter energy happening with the King of Swords. Kings are the highest expression of the suit. And in this King of Swords, he's like literally right outside of this maze, right? He's gotten through the maze. And to me, it's like the maze that is literally our mind navigating that, labyrinth all up in there. Because we all have our own, right? Like we're the ones that creates the maze in whatever aspect it is. So, this King of Swords has made it through the maze. They have this contract in their hand. So it's either that like soul contract, if you believe in that. Soul contract is like, what we came here to experience, what we came here to do, what we came here to learn, even to the knowledge that we brought with us from prior lives. It could be a contract that you are signing. And too, in this King of Swords, there's this compass at what would be our heart, like where our heart is, right? So it's like following your true north. They also have this this orb of light or whatever at their crown chakra, which is, to me like higher consciousness, higher knowledge. So, you could have been in an energy of like really unpacking or working through, navigating through your own internal maze and having a different understanding of it based on either things that you have learned in the last little while, whether that's, just consuming content or, therapy or reading books or, having conversations about things with other people or, just being open to having a different perspective on things. And even with this King of Swords doing the teeter-totter thing, that is exactly part of the process. But, it's like it's trying things on to see how they fit, right? It's like trying a new hat on and seeing how it fits. Like that could be a belief. It could be a truth, right? Like following those, your own like inner cues, which would be part of that maze. What is true for you? What things that are part of your personality, your temperament, your ego, right? Like this maze here, like what things are actually true and what things actually aren't. Because for me personally, and like my own little healing journey that I've done over the last fucking 12 years, really a lot of it came down to, is this belief that I have, whether it's a belief in myself, a belief of, what I want out of my life, a belief, with my family, tradition, generational, stuff, my peer group, my work, whatever, right? Is that true? Is that a truth that I still align with? Or was it true at one time, but it's now evolved? It's, my truth is different. My compass, my north has shifted. Right? But it's like you take 2 steps forward and then you take 1 step back. I mean, you still took 1 step forward, right? So there's still like forward progress, but it takes time to change homeostasis. And even still to this day, it is so incredibly amazing to me how easy it is for us to just fall back into patterns. No matter how much work or healing you feel like you've done around a subject, if something just kind of like comes out of the blue, or if something happens, like, it is so easy to just slip right back into a belief, a thought pattern, whatever. But it does just become easier to recognize it and be like, oh, wait a second, this is old shit, right? Like I have information around this that I can draw on. And we have the World card here, which again, like I said, right, and even the King is kind of the end of something. I mean, it is the highest expression of the suit. You go back to Ace after that. Same with the Ten of Swords. You go back to Ace. With the World card, and that we have the Fool at the bottom of the deck, there is truly a cycle that is coming to an end here, or the energy is available for a cycle to end. Not to mention, we have this baby being incubated, or it's like in the womb here, right? So there's something brewing. There's a bun in the oven. And then the next card next to it, literally she's putting buns in a fucking oven, bro. I can't make this shit up. This is why I love tarot, because there's no way in hell I could like pull these cards on my own and have them go together so perfectly. If you don't want to get pregnant, be careful. Okay? If you're not looking to do that, be careful. Not that these cards are necessarily like pregnancy, expansion type reproductive thing cards, but we have two cards where there's buns and ovens. Okay. So again, the World card, something is ending. The energy is available, like a cycle, like a true way of being, because a new way of being is on its way to being birthed. I mean, this is still, it doesn't look like the baby is coming through the canal or, anything like that yet, but it is there. And also too, it's not really going to be born until you are ready for it, quote unquote, because there's plenty of shit that, we don't think we're ready for, but happens. And then we're like, oh, we were ready. It was just fear, right? It was just that mental goobly gook that like gets in the way. The Seven of Pentacles is focusing your attention, your resources, your time, your physical presence on something in order to actualize it. Prep, right? Having the resources, the knowledge, the education, the intellect, the whatever, right? Like the know-how, the skill set to be able to make a bunch of loaves of bread. The resources will be provided to you, or you will create them. And, like I'm just going to go with the whole cooking thing because that's where it's going in my head. But like having all of the ingredients at your disposal to be able to form the dough, right? Like having the oven, the wood oven to bake these loaves of bread in. You could be even discovering that you have either a new passion for something, going in a different direction with work and literally putting a lot of attention and time into that. Maybe you want to start selling at farmers markets going into like spring and summer. Maybe you want to do something online. I mean, I don't know, right? But it's like there's something brewing here, literally. I know. Yeah, you tell him. How dare he walk by? He's a good boy. And the Two of Pentacles, balance here, Pentacles have to do with our money. The World card is also an earth card, so we have We have 2 cards that are air, swords, mental. We have 3 cards that are earth, pentacles, tangible things. The Fool is Uranus, which is Aquarius, which is air. Uranus is in Taurus right now, which is earth. So anyway, the 2 of Pentacles is about like juggling responsibilities. It's also having the resources, the time, the energy, the ability to juggle those resources. It can also even be prioritizing your time, prioritizing your resources. Whatever this thing here is, it could be creating balance in your life, in your finances, in your time, whatever. Again, prioritizing is really coming to mind, like prioritizing yourself, prioritizing what you want to do, what you are building or, actualizing into the physical, like 3D where we are. It literally is like a decision. It's literally putting your mind to it, because our mind, I feel like, is like the biggest obstacle that generally tends to come up, because the limiting beliefs or the ego shit, the belief systems we have, what we think is possible, what we think we deserve, all that shit, right? But like, it literally is like putting your mind to it. The Fool card, like I said, new beginning. This is taking a leap of faith. Something ending, this leap of faith literally being right there. And do not allow yourself to fool yourself. The 7 of Swords is, sorry, there's like middle school kids are getting out. And my dog is like freaking out. So sorry about that. I see the 7 of Swords as being the card of us fooling ourselves. Like, do not. Okay? Do not allow those gremlins, as Brene Brown calls them, the stories, the limiting beliefs, the fear, the shame, the guilt. This person is hiding in the closet. Right? Like, it's 2025. Don't listen to this anymore, right? Like, don't listen to that story in your head that says that you can't do it, or that you shouldn't, or that, again, imposter syndrome, like self-sabotagey shit. Like, I've literally had to come to a point of like, I can recognize, I can hear the fear story, and I can be like, I see you, I hear you, right? Like, this is all going on in my head, right? I mean, I'll say it out loud though, alone. But like, I know that I'm scared, but I can be scared and I can do this thing also, right? Like, fear can't continue to hold me back. And it gets easier the more that you do it. Ace of Cups, your cup overflowing. Love, right? Like, I mean, loving what you do, loving your life, like feeling good, flowy. 6 of Pentacles, help from others. I'm going to leave it there. 22 minutes and 33 seconds. See, remember at the beginning when I was like, I just want to talk to you guys for 15, 20, or 22 minutes. Well, I'm going to try to cut out like some of my dog barking, so it probably won't be exactly 22 minutes. But anyway, I'm leaving it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. And if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe before we go. Bye.